What's up, everyone? It is David Smith, host of the Armchair Commentary. You may notice something a little bit different here. We're going with a different video setup. Lost the headphones. Can't wear my glasses because, oh, that's right, we have lighting. So I am glassesless today until I figure out how to do this lighting thing better. But hey, I'm a video noob, so give me a little bit of credit and a little bit of time. We're working on it and improving the show as best we can. This week, I want to start off with my Toronto Blue Jays, who were on cloud 9 after a fantastic trade deadline, picking up Jose Barrios, losing some big, prospect pieces in the return, but picking up some definite needed arms going into a 9-game road trip that seemed very winnable. They come out of that road trip with a record of 3-6 on the road trip, not a great record. And they're really in a tough spot. I think they have a little more than 40 games left. It's not a ton of games, and it's going to be difficult to make the playoffs from the position they're in. That said, it's not impossible. A good run can happen, and we've seen it happen before, in particular with the Blue Jays. So I wish them luck. I'll be watching down the stretch, hoping and crossing my fingers and praying to whatever sky ghost I can. The one lone bright spot in my mind was Teoscar Hernandez, who is hitting .317 for the year, 22 homers, 84 RBI, and honestly has been fantastic when this team has needed him. He had another great game yesterday. Unfortunately, the Barrios couldn't continue, and the bullpen just blew it after taking the lead. So tough loss. Speaking of tough losses for the Jays, George Springer will be sidelined with a knee issue. I believe it's a knee. It could be an ankle. Either way, no more Springer homers, Springer dingers, as we like to call them, but some people hate that apparently. So where do you stand on Springer dingers? Let me know in the comments. Tag me on socials. Where do you stand on Springer dingers? And lastly, in Major League Baseball, Shohei Ohtani, old Showtime. Still not hitting as well. I mean, okay, so let me preface this by saying, man's a unicorn. He's pitching and hitting. I'm not saying anything bad about the guy, but what I am saying is he's not hitting at the level of like Miguel Cabrera. He's not an all-time incredible hitter. He's hitting .269, which is very good. He's got 40 dingers, so he's hitting them over the fence. He's got the same 87 RBIs that Teoscar Hernandez has. Hernandez has 84 RBIs. Ohtani has 87. All that tells me is that the team around him isn't that great. And we're talking about the same team that has Mike Trout on it. So unfortunately, he's in a tough spot, but had another stellar performance, going 8 innings and hitting another dinger. So he's actually 8-1 with over 100 innings pitched and 120 strikeouts. So Shohei definitely looks like a front runner for MVP, even though I'm still going to hold a candle for my boy Vladdy. I still think Vladdy's my guy, and it's going to be tough not to give him the MVP. So they're going to give it to Showtime, and deservedly so. I'm not here to disparage the man for what he does. He plays on a bad team. That's not his fault. Vladdy does everything he can to make teams win, but Showtime pitching and hitting kind of unheard. So shifting our focus to the pond, well, arenas. The NHL has decided unanimously that they're going to allow advertisements on their jerseys. What? The NHL made a sound business decision? Hold the phone. You're telling me that a league that has a flat cap has decided it's okay to have ad revenue? Are we talking about the right league here? The NHL, not the NBA, or Major League Soccer, or, Major League Baseball, but the actual NHL. That's the one we're talking about? That's right. Met with, of course, the most amount of criticism possible in a flat cap league, and I can't say this loud enough. You ready? In a flat cap league, You can't do it. You can't not generate revenue. They take the revenue that's generated by all the teams, all 32 teams, and they say, okay, 50% of this is your revenue. And then they roughly divide that by the 32 teams, and that's our cap. The Leafs want more money to spend on more talent. They need a higher cap. They don't have it. No one has the cap space right now. So I don't understand why people are getting so upset about this. There's literally manufacturer labels on the jerseys right now. It does not bother me one bit. And we're not talking about going full NASCAR here. We're not talking about patches all down. We're not talking about the European League where it's like giant banners. I think it's a 3-inch patch. It's a 3-inch patch on the shoulder. You're going to notice it. Nobody said boo about the helmets. No one this past season said, man, those helmets really suck. They're really awful. I can't believe they have PNC Bank on those helmets. Can't believe they got Scotiabank on those helmets. No one said anything about it. Let the league generate revenue. It's better for the sport. Get on board. I'm sorry. It's a bad take saying it's bad for the league. It's a bad take. It's so out of touch with what needs to happen. And you could come after me in the comments. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know on social media what you think. I am fully supportive of this. Really needs to happen. Also in the NHL, first overall pick in this past year's draft, Owen Power has decided he's going to return to Michigan next season instead of suiting up for the Buffalo Sabres. What this means is not much really. He's going to take another year of development, figure out where his game is, get the full college experience, I believe is what he said. So good for Owen Power. Wish him all the best, and hopefully he'll be playing for Team Canada come, I believe he's still eligible for the juniors, but if he's not, congrats to Owen Power. Good luck in the Frozen Four if Michigan makes it. In a different segment here, I'm hoping later on, either next week or later this week, to be in conversation with Victor Nava from Boomtown Breaks, a card breaking group, but also a what I'm going to call a dealer in nostalgia. So Vic is a card breaker. He sells cards. He's been around the hobby for a long, long time. And anybody that's been in the sport card or Star Wars cards or Garbage Pail Kids cards or Hot Wheels or action figures or posters or comics or graphic novels or anime or classic video games, all of it is nostalgia. And we'll be spinning off a segment called Nostalgia Inc., where I'm in conversation with Vic about the things that are going on in current time, but really talking about the past. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Make sure to follow Boomtown Breaks on Facebook. He's an excellent guy and could not be happier with his success. I wish him all the best. He's going to, I think you're going to enjoy our conversation a lot. In the card world right now, there's actually some pretty major news. The FBI has been investigating major auction house PWCC. PWCC is known for some of the largest card sales on earth. They will be the guys that are selling Charizards and Michael Jordans and Honus Wagners. Like, they're the people that are selling all the top end cards. And apparently the CEO has been in contact with people asking them to bid up cards so that the value of the card is inflated artificially. This is called shill bidding. If you're unaware of shill bidding, it's artificially inflating the price so that it sells for a higher price, knowing full well that you aren't going to actually pay if you were the winner. It kind of makes someone that's not there. If I were betting, let's say I wanted a Michael Jordan rookie card and I bid $10,000 and someone said, hey, can you bid that up another $10,000? And I go, oh, well, I still want this card, so I bid the next little bit. I'm not actually paying fair market value for it. So the FBI has been investigating it. eBay actually cut ties with them. There was a whole press release, a lot on this story. It's very interesting because this means that the hobby is shifting again. It shifted pre-pandemic, it shifted post-pandemic, and now that a major auction house has been cut from eBay, we've shifted again. Over on the gridiron, boy, we've had 1 week of preseason, and already, Justin Fields is going to be the greatest quarterback in Bears history, and Zach Wilson's awful, cut the guy, and Trevor Lawrence looks like he couldn't, catch a cold in a wet paper bag. Overreaction week 1 is probably one of my favorite things on earth. Rookies are going to rookie. People are learning offenses. And yes, you're playing against the 2s and sometimes the 3s. The second team and maybe even the special teams. And maybe guys that don't even have a job yet. The other thing that's happening during these preseason games is people are trying different things. People are really making an effort to diversify their playbook. Do something a little more creative and different. And that might mean that Lamar Jackson is picked off 5 times in practice. That might mean that Tom Brady plays in a game and it looks weird. You're wondering why he's playing in this stuff. It might mean that your favorite player looks like a god or a fool. But I have to remind you, the stats don't count. The games don't count. It's the preseason. It's a feeling out process. We're here to watch these guys learn the offense. That's what the rookies are doing. You're looking for the raw talent, the ability to read a defense, no matter what kind of defense it is, and can they keep up with the speed of the game? So overreaction after week 1 is hilarious, and I love it. I love it. I am here for it, but boy, we just need to just bring it down a level, right? Just bring it down just a little bit. My Patriots are a prime example of, here we go, Patriots. Mac Jones comes in and throws, boy, that's uncomfortable. Mac Jones comes in and looks okay. He just looks good. He doesn't look awful. He doesn't look horrendous, but he did come out to an ovation, which probably made Cam feel a little rough. And I really hope that, look, I'm not one of those people that's sitting here and going, Cam slander. Let's throw Cam under the bus, because I don't think he deserves it. I mean, I know he's a little weird and he's got an attitude and people don't understand the fashion. People don't understand any of it, but he wants to play football, and if he can play it well, then go for it. I don't have any problem. If you have a problem with Cam Newton playing good football, I don't see the issue. The problem isn't when he plays good football. The problem is when he doesn't play good football and he tries to do too much, like he is a 23-year-old that hasn't been hit or injured a ton of times. That's not Cam anymore. It's not. Mac Jones came out and the stadium erupted. It wasn't quite a standing ovation. It was a preseason game, but it gave me all the feels. And honestly, I'm okay with it. I love Cam, but I think that Mac is the QB of the future, and Bill Belichick has made that clear. So I'm a big Mac Jones guy. I'm here for it, to support him. Whether he's garbage or not, I don't know. We'll see what happens. All sorts of different quarterback scenarios that are going on. Be sure to stay tuned, because as we get closer, we are going to delve into some NFL conversation. If you are interested in a fantasy football league, please send me a message on social media. Hit me up on Instagram at Armchair Commentary or on Twitter at Armchair Comment II. I am looking to set up a fantasy league, just a standard PPR, full point PPR, kicker defense league, maybe just for kicks. Maybe just for fun we'll do kicker, but maybe probably not. I'm going to be honest, we probably won't do kicker. They're awful. I don't like kicker leagues. Don't tell anyone. Lastly, on this week in sports history, August 19th, 1909, way back when, in Indianapolis, a little speedway opened up. That's right, the Indianapolis Speedway, home of the Indy 500, opened up on this week in sports history, August 19th, 1909. That's a whole heck of a long time ago. If you've ever been to the Indy 500, please let me know in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for checking out this week's episode of the Armchair Commentary. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to voice them in the comment section or on my social media at Armchair Commentary, at Armchair Comment 2 on Twitter, and also find us on Facebook. Don't forget to download the podcast wherever you get your podcast, subscribe wherever you get your podcast, hit that thumbs up. I'll see you again next week. Thanks for checking it out.